Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to address you as we meet to discuss challenges to values that are foundational to the European Union. The rule of law, democracy and fundamental rights are interdependent and inalienable principles, meaning that the defence of one is the defence of another. I would therefore like to provide you with insight into how the Commission is upholding and promoting both the rule of law and democracy across all the Member States. At a time when democracy is subjected to threats from inside and outside our Union, and the rule of law is no longer seen by all as incontestable. As you know, to uphold the rule of law across our Union, the Commission has different tools that have already shown themselves to be effective in different ways. But we do not and cannot achieve this alone. In our view, your association specifically, and judicial associations more broadly, are at the front line of safeguarding and strengthening the rule of law at national and European level. Your members, judges and prosecutors are often the first responders when the judiciary comes under attack, whether directly or through problematic justice reforms. And this is why the Commission places so much value on meeting with judicial associations when preparing the annual Rule of Law report. Coupled with information from ministries of justice, councils for the judiciary and other stakeholders, these meetings are essential as we formulate our assessment on the rule of law situation in every member state. We are grateful for MEDL's contribution as we rely on your insight and expertise on the situation on the ground, such as on national justice reforms and their potential impact on judicial independence. In April, I had the pleasure to meet your President and two representatives in Brussels in person when we discussed some of the most pressing issues. All this shows the cooperation between the Commission and MEDL on rule of law, including judicial independence, is well established and strong, even in challenging times. And this is something we will jointly build on for the way forward. As I've said, the rule of law protects democracy and vice versa. But our European democracies are facing unprecedented threats from hostile actors inside and outside of the EU, who are seeking to undermine public trust in the legitimacy and the efficacy of our institutions and our democratic processes. In response to this, President von der Leyen has entrusted me with developing a strategic framework for defending and promoting democracy across the EU, the European Democracy Shield. To summarise its four building blocks briefly, our Democracy Shield will support citizens to be more resilient against hybrid threats through critical thinking and media literacy. It will encourage citizens to be more organised, connected and informed in and through civil society and free, plural and independent media. It will ensure the fairness and integrity of elections by combating systemic risks to civic discourse and electoral processes, and it will strengthen how we prevent, detect and respond to foreign information, manipulation and interference, as well as disinformation. At this critical time, we will work closely with all European democracies to reinforce public trust in democratic processes, representatives and institutions, and in so doing, reinforce an important safeguard for the rule of law across the Member States. To conclude, I would like to recall how the legal profession fulfills a duty to states and to citizens. You therefore deserve both recognition and protection when doing so, to practice without improper interference or restraint and without prejudice or fear. Bearing responsibility for delivering justice can also make lawyers targets. This is why I welcome the efforts undertaken by the Council of Europe over the past year. The draft European Convention for the Protection of the Profession of Lawyer is responding to a real need to protect the legal profession. I hope that all Member States will accede to it. Allow me now to conclude by thanking you again for your contributions to the functioning of the European Union. It is also through your work that our union continues to be a union of democracies built on the rule of law.